Today, we're investigating a situation that probably feels familiar to more people than you'd think. She said yes almost immediately. It felt like fate. 2 years later, she wasn't so sure it was. They met at a mutual friend's birthday party. He approached first, not with some generic line, but with a precise observation. He noticed how she nervously touched her bracelet when she felt out of place around strangers. Nobody had ever noticed that about her in the first 5 minutes of meeting her. Now here's the part worth paying close attention to. Over the next week, he texted her 11 times, not overwhelming. Every message was thoughtful, tied to something from their last conversation. He remembered her cat's name. He remembered she couldn't stand cilantro. He sent her a playlist with a song she'd mentioned once in passing. 3 weeks in. I've never felt this at ease with anyone before. 6 weeks in. You're the first person I can actually picture a future with. 2 months in, they moved in together. His idea, framed as a romantic impulse. Here's the question worth actually investigating. Was this simply fast, real love, or something else, dressed up to look exactly the same? To answer that, it helps to bring in someone who's spent decades studying exactly this kind of behavior. Just not in the context of relationships. A neuroscientist named Kent Kiel spent decades interviewing people with pronounced psychopathic traits inside maximum security prisons. He expected to meet people who seemed obviously dangerous. Instead, he kept noticing the same surprising quality. Many of them were unusually easy, even pleasant to talk to. That observation lines up with something researchers have long documented. Surface charm shows up often in people with manipulative patterns. On its own, it means very little. Plenty of genuinely warm people are also charming. What researchers pay closer attention to is charm paired with speed. Most people assume the danger is the charm itself. It usually isn't. Plenty of people are naturally charming and completely sincere. The detail that actually matters is different. How fast someone tries to build maximum closeness, and how they react the moment you try to slow that down. Sarah remembered that period as the happiest of her life, at the time. Looking back 2 years later, she started to see it differently. She realized he hadn't just been getting to know her. He'd been collecting details. Each one landed exactly on the places where she needed to feel understood most. And the pace never gave her room for the normal doubts that come with getting close to someone that quickly. So 3 specific things worth noticing, not as proof, but as a pattern. First, the speed. Real closeness usually takes months because trust is accumulated experience, not a declaration. Second, the precision. Ordinary attentiveness is being present in the moment. Collecting details specifically to later prove, look how thoughtful I am, is a technique more than a feeling. Third, one-sided momentum on big decisions. Moving in together, treating the relationship as already decided, that creates a sense of inevitability, where it becomes harder to say, wait, I need more time. Here's the detail that tends to matter more than the speed itself. What happens when you ask to slow down? Someone genuinely falling for you, even quickly, will usually feel a little disappointed if you ask for more time, but they'll respect it. Someone using charm as a tool tends to respond differently, making you feel like something's wrong with you for questioning a relationship that seems so perfect. If something like this happens once after a whirlwind few weeks, that doesn't tell you much on its own. People get swept up. That's normal. But if this becomes a pattern, if you keep noticing that same mix of speed, over-collected detail, and resistance to any boundary, again and again, that's no longer something to explain away. That's a pattern worth stopping and looking at closely. So here's one concrete thing worth watching, not just understanding. Over the next few weeks, notice the timing of things. When a compliment, a gift, or a big romantic gesture shows up, does it happen out of nowhere, warmly, without any tension behind it? Or does it tend to show up right after a moment of doubt, distance, or a conversation where you pull back a little? That timing pattern, gestures as warmth versus gestures as a response to your doubt, is often more telling than the gesture itself. If any part of this felt familiar, that doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Charm that moves this fast can feel completely real in the moment. That's exactly why it's worth understanding, not something to feel foolish about missing. We don't investigate people here, we investigate patterns. Next time, we're investigating a different pattern. Why some people never seem to get angry even when you're upset, and why that calm can be more unsettling than it sounds. If this resonated with you, subscribe so you don't miss it.